Many people have probably seen tornadoes only in Hollywood movies because every year, around 65 tornadoes occur in America. How tornadoes are formed, how dangerous they can be, and what the difference is between tornadoes, hurricanes, and cyclones. Why do tornadoes mostly occur in this small part of America? Tornadoes are seen as a fascinating spectacle. A tornado is a rotating column of air that comes from the sky to the ground. Most of them are very weak, but some tornadoes are so powerful that they don't spare anything in their path. If you look at a world map, tornadoes are found on all continents except Antarctica, but most of them are found in America. Among them, some are weaker while others are seen in very powerful forms. Every year, around 2,000 tornadoes are recorded worldwide, out of which 1,300 occur only in America, and they are also the most dangerous compared to tornadoes in the rest of the world. In America, where about 1,300 tornadoes occur annually, there is an area where nearly 800 tornadoes occur alone each year. This area includes Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska, and we call this special area Tornado Alley. This is the place where perfect conditions are found for tornadoes. But before we know why tornadoes occur mostly in Tornado Alley, we need to know how tornadoes are formed. Tornadoes are formed during normal thunderstorms, a special type of thunderstorm called a supercell. Most tornado pictures have one thing in common: this supercell. This supercell is formed when air at ground level moves in one direction and air in the sky moves in another direction, creating a wind tunnel between these two different directions of air. Inside this wind tunnel, air rotates in a circular pattern. Initially, this wind tunnel is horizontal and cannot cause much damage. But if this wind tunnel is above an area where water evaporates and rises upwards, it gradually changes the direction of this wind tunnel from horizontal to vertical. And as it becomes vertical, the whole situation changes. It is not just a normal thunderstorm anymore, but it becomes a spinning supercell. This supercell becomes extremely dangerous when the vapors evaporating from the ground continuously accumulate inside it, rapidly increasing the size of the supercell. Now, because the winds are rotating rapidly inside the supercell, the vapors rising from the ground also start spinning and take the shape of a funnel cloud as they rise upwards. These spinning clouds are called funnel clouds. Many supercells have one or more funnel clouds forming inside them. If the cycle of updrafts doesn't break and the temperature inside the funnel cloud drops significantly, then the vapor particles turn into water droplets, and due to their weight, the funnel cloud touches the ground. As soon as it touches the ground, it is called a tornado or twister. Tornadoes have winds spinning at a maximum speed of 480 kilometers per hour, which can pick up anything on the ground and throw it in its path. Street lights, signboards, trees, even the roofs of many sturdy houses can be torn off by tornadoes. The winds in these tornadoes are so powerful that they can even lift humans and animals and throw them away. Not only that, but they can also change the direction of vehicles. As the tornado travels, it carries all these things with it and throws them far away, causing more damage. Now, in the area of Tornado Alley in America, all these conditions are easily met, which lead to the formation of tornadoes. Humid winds from the Gulf of Mexico, moist warm winds, travel northward, and when they pass over the mountains in the west, they become cold and quite high. Also, the winds coming from the west, over the Pacific Ocean and the Gulf of California, when they pass over the mountains, also become cold and quite high. The winds blowing from the west to the east, carrying moisture from the south, collide with these cold high winds, creating the perfect conditions for tornado formation. The winds intersect, creating a wind tunnel between them, which is why a vortex tunnel forms between them, because the air coming from the Gulf of Mexico is moist and warm, causing water vapors to rise upwards, straightening this wind tunnel vertically, making it easier for supercells to form here. As we have known before, when water vapors gather inside, the supercell becomes larger. It is not necessary that every supercell produces a tornado because as soon as the supercell forms, heavy rain or hail starts, which cools down the rising water vapors, and the cycle of the supercell breaks. However, the winds coming from the west in Tornado Alley are very fast, which prevents the rainwater from falling here. So the process of supercell formation does not break, and such supercells become even larger. The longer a supercell persists, the more chances increase for final cloud rotation and then tornado formation. That is why in the region of the United States where Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska are located, the most tornadoes are generated. About 800 tornadoes are produced here in approximately 1 year. Now, besides tornadoes, there is another type of storm called hurricane, typhoon, or cyclone. What is it that tells us whether this storm is a hurricane, typhoon, or cyclone? In fact, these are all tropical storms, and there is not much difference between them. These storms are named according to the region of the world where they are generated. If you look at a world map, the storms that form in the northwest Pacific Ocean near Japan, South Korea, and the sea near the eastern Russian border are called typhoons. Similarly, the storms that form in the Indian Ocean are called cyclones, and the storms that form in the North Atlantic or East Pacific Ocean are called hurricanes. These three storms are similar to each other, but if compared to tornadoes, there are quite a few differences, and the biggest difference among them is their size. While a hurricane can spread up to 1,600 kilometers, the size of the largest tornado recorded is only 2 kilometers. But when it comes to causing damage, although tornadoes are much smaller than hurricanes, they are not less powerful. The most powerful hurricane, categorized as level 5, can reach wind speeds of up to 250 kilometers per hour, but the speed of the most powerful tornado recorded is more than 480 kilometers per hour, even faster than a Category 5 hurricane. Another difference is that while a hurricane can be forecasted 36 hours in advance, it is only 13 minutes before a tornado can be predicted. That is why a tornado attacks suddenly wherever it hits. In 1999, on the evening of May 3rd, a tornado suddenly struck Oklahoma City in the United States. At that time, it was categorized as Category 4, but slowly and steadily, it acquired the terrifying form of Category 5. After wreaking havoc on Oklahoma for 85 minutes, causing damage worth $1 billion and claiming the lives of 36 people, it finally stopped. It was the biggest recorded tornado in history, remembered today as the Bridge Creekmore tornado. On that day, while the biggest tornado struck Oklahoma, on the same day, a total of 71 tornadoes hit 5 states of Tornado Alley at different locations. In short, the shape of the tornado is strange. On November 25, 2018, a tourist near Koh Lipe Island in Thailand witnessed not just 1 or 2, but a total of 4 tornadoes touching the water. While tornadoes appearing over water may not be as powerful, it doesn't mean they should be taken for granted. These tornadoes were seen lifting the surface of the water up to nearly 2 kilometers away from the island, indicating their strength. While it may be impossible to stop these tornadoes, steps can be taken to minimize the damage they cause. With the help of weather satellites, the meteorology department monitors storms forming in the sea every 5 minutes. They estimate the direction, speed, and intensity of the storm using satellite data and alert local authorities in advance. I hope that you'll also appreciate and share this video, and thank you for your loving comments. Looking forward to the next fantastic video.